win this game and win this game hopefully big, and we can walk in here with a huge W. But this is a rivalry game. If you don't know, they got a couple of players we should have had on our team, but Warren Forward, since he found himself a good tight end and got him with a nice strike. If you're a veteran in the series, you know that Chris Moore transferred over to LSU before we ever got really a chance to give him an opportunity to shine here in Cascade Valley, as well as Dominique Mauger, the middle linebacker, sitting there. And Dominique Mauger was the guy that we honestly thought we had in the bag. We thought this guy was going to be a legend in Cascade Valley, picking up where some of the great middle linebackers in the school's history have been. But ultimately, LSU swooped in at the last second and landed him. But everything happens for a reason right now. Warren Forward and company are putting it on LSU. Forward keeping the read option, finding himself some room, breaks a couple of ankles. He goes down with a hard hit. Forward under center, makes a quick little adjustment here. Dropping back, sees the pressure, sees his guy Porter Ryan, and Ryan, they say, is down at the 1 yard line. Forward off to an incredible start so far in this game. He's going to try to hand it off here to Terrence Williams to try to get himself another touchdown to improve his Heisman resume. He is an outside shot, but we still think he has one. Wild looking, put a little bit of pressure on Moore. It's the one knock they really have against him, but this dude says, I don't care, I'm better than Forward, as this guy goes for 11 big yards. Chris Morris had a major chip on his shoulder, wanting to prove that he could be the best quarterback in Cascade Valley history if we had just given him an opportunity to shine, but we think we have some guys that have been better and are better than he will be. Watching for the passes, watching for him to also take off a little bit, putting some pressure on him. He throws one behind Nate Ward, and that one goes to 16 for Richard Jones. One of the scariest things about Chris Moore is that he's got this team all the way down nearly in the red zone with only one pass thrown. Bring a couple guys in the backfield. He keeps another one, but we're going to see him get wrapped up for no gain. Bringing some pressure here in 2nd and 10. He goes to the actual handoff of the middle. We haven't really seen him hand this ball off, and Scotty Ivy goes for 11. Potential jet sweep. They look to get something big, and we see a huge hit there. Big play for Moore. Crucial 3rd down. Can he get something? That one is dropped. Christoph Houston had it in his clutches, but could not pick it off. Forward feels some pressure. He's rolling around. He's got plenty of room, and he slides to make it 3rd and 5. LSU struggled a bit on their first drive to really stop anything, but they have a much better approach right here. But this screen is going to tell everything. As Williams, they say he's shy by 2 yards, and McMurvis says go for it. Forward has completed every single pass that he's thrown today. He also has some of the most dynamic legs in the world. He's going to use them right here. Forward gets plenty of room, slides, and he's got the first. Play action. Sees a guy, clicks on, and Smith with a great grab for 21. Forward needs a play here as the first quarter's winding down. He sees McDonald. He throws a risky one, and Pollock's going to pick that one off. That is a huge interception for LSU, and they're going to eventually get wrestled down. The first quarter is going to be ending with LSU back with the ball. Chris Moore with an opportunity to get this offense going again. Looks for something. Holman is right there and absolutely delivers a crushing blow. 2nd and 15. Little handoff here to the running back again. Their running back system has been great. Ivy and Barnes have both been picking up major gains. Trying to get a blitz here. Moore has all the time in the world and throws a strike to Roland Lewis. Trying to get some pressure here. They go with Barnes again. Barnes becoming their main back right now. Barnes is up the middle. He's dancing around, and he falls down inside the 35. Cascade Valley struggling to stop this potent passing attack and the rushing attack right now. LSU looking like a top 5 team, not a bottom 20 team at this point. Not a top 20 team. They are killing it. Moore goes for QB keeper. Christoph Houston and company are there, but it's going to be Hill that stops him at the goal line. Can the team get a stop? Barnes goes right by the defender. He had no idea he had it. LSU is on top. Our offense desperately needs to put together a steady, long drive to keep, 1, our defense off the field for a minute, but 2, just to help their offense cool down a little bit because they were on fire. Forward's only incompletion today was the interception. He's got to be elite today if we want to win this game, and we got to win it big. Nice pass across the middle to Jalen Clark, who has enough for the first. Dominique Mauger has been sideline to sideline right now, just looking absolutely incredible. Forward running for his life out here. They sent the house, and we had nowhere to go. His 2nd incompletion of the day makes it 4th and 13. Big down right here. 3rd and 6 for LSU, deep in their own territory after that punt. How do they ultimately respond? Moore throws an absolute dot, and Lewis is going to get his back foot in. Getting closer to the red zone. It's been a great little start here. They go with a little, it's like a bubble screen potentially, but Tony Rutledge is all over and dropping Fletcher. Throws it over here to the sideline. James Mitchell is nowhere to be found. This man is falling asleep in coverage, and because of it, they get a dot to put him inside the 10. Squad trying to stop the run. We have not been able to do it, but look at Christoph Houston dropping for a loss of 2. Can the defense do their job? It's going to look like they cannot as they get another set of downs with a tight throw. Our guys hoping for a little bit of a prayer right now. They go up the middle. Barnes is completely untouched, and LSU is having their way every single time against this Cascade Valley defense. Cascade Valley finds himself down significant against a team that they should absolutely be beating, but Warren Forward has something to say about it, and that one is nearly caught, but blocked away by Nick Davis. Sending a guy in motion. He throws one, and that one's picked off by Raymond. It was a risky throw, and it did not pay off. The question Cascade Valley has to ask themselves right now is, can they stop the bleeding? Because right now, this is looking terrible for them. Amir Carson comes in there and gets a big sack. Pause if needed. The last time out was an interception. We're still trying to get one down the field here. We're just going to go ahead and let this clock run out. Forward gets hit. That is a terrible play. Dominique Mauger has 6 tackles and a sack. The guy who was almost a Cascade Valley is making the biggest impact in the first half to keep us to a single touchdown. Welcome to the Cascade Valley Halftime Show. This is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy, one of my sponsors. Use code GGB when you sign up. They will double your deposit up to $100. If you deposit 50, they'll give you 50. You deposit 100, they'll give you 100. You deposit 5, they'll give you 5. I'm running private fantasy drafts across my Discord and my Twitter. We're doing some pick'ems that we're showing in Discord as well and on Twitter. Make sure you follow over there. Make sure you use that code. Let's jump into the show. We had a big week in recruiting this week, and there's a couple of guys I want to touch on really quickly. We got Keyshawn Anderson, Evan Shepard, and Perry Kendrick. Now, there are a couple of guys we're still missing out on, Trey Newsome, Channing Walker, but the big one is Bo Dunlap, who the good news is we are in first place for him, but the bad news is he hasn't made a decision yet. And as it currently stands, we're about 155 points ahead of the University of Miami. What we would basically need to do is dump almost all of our points in the offseason into Bo Dunlap. Now, he's projected to be kind of a quarterback, kind of hybrid sort of guy that can maybe play in defense, but I feel like he's probably best suited for offense. So what I'm assuming we would do with him is, because we have an incredible quarterback already, is we would redshirt Bo Dunlap for the, I guess, sophomore year of Warren Fullwood. Then Warren would play his junior year with Bo Dunlap kind of being in there a little spotty. Assuming Warren goes to the NFL his junior season, then Bo Dunlap would get the reins going into, I guess, his sophomore junior year. And with those last 3 prospects that we ultimately got, we are still sitting the #1 spot above Florida State and that team up north. 12 4-stars, 2 5-stars. It's been an incredible class, but we got a little bit more we're trying to do. Now, even if Terrence Williams has an incredible game today, I don't think he can ultimately win the Heisman. He's sitting at 3rd right now behind Ben Powell and behind Antonio Keys. Both those guys have had a really good season. I think they're kind of hating a little bit on Williams and his production this season, but the dude has been a stud. We got to give him that. And look, as long as we beat LSU today, we should be fine. It's Clemson, Miami, Alabama, and then us sitting the #4 spot. Oklahoma is right there playing a #6 Texas team, so we have to make sure we blow out LSU, win our conference, and we are good to go, because Oklahoma or Texas could technically jump us if we don't have a really good performance. So we got to keep the foot on the offensive end. Forward's been trying to do a little bit too much today, and it's hurting the team. We've got to get back to what we do best: run that football and make some plays. And honestly, until LSU respects our run game, it's going to be really tough for our pass game to pop off, considering how much of it relies on the play action. That is caught by Marquette Renee. I don't know how, but that is an unbelievable throw and grab. Gets that one out to Clark. Clark got some speed to him, and he's going to see that speed to the edge for 13. Jalen Clark showing up big. We also are going to see our guy Kendrick come in the game. Kendrick looking for his first run of the afternoon. Might be a big one. Joe Kendrick trying to get it to the end. So, ladies and gentlemen, he is going to get it. Joe Kendrick makes this a single-score game yet again. The veteran steps up big. They go for something. Isaiah Holman stops him in the backfield. He breaks the tackle, and then it's Christoph Houston and George Fry bringing him down to make it 4th and 7. The defense is finally stepping up in the second half. Keeping things going, back to the play action. He sees one that's thrown behind him, and good Lord, that was nearly picked. Dominique Mauger, number 59, had his back turned to the play and nearly picked that one off. He made a little bit of a better adjustment than we probably thought he was going to, but we handed off to Burris, the fullback, and the big fella gets 8. Forward doesn't like something, makes an adjustment here. No way. Dominique Mauger puts his hands up, just barely gets his fingertips on it, and pulls one down. That was an absolute dot thrown, but Mauger disguised himself in there and shows why he's one of the best linebackers in the country. This defense has got to step up and pick the offense up now. Forward has just had, you would argue, probably the worst game of his young career. And look at Tony Rutledge getting in the backfield, dropping him for a loss of 8. Tony Rutledge has been an animal today, just making play after play, getting tackles for loss, doing everything that he possibly can. But this defense has got to do a better job at tackling. That's too many yards there by Barnes. Our guys need a big play here, playing the pass the whole way. Moore has been incredible. He actually goes for a run here. He gets tripped up, though, and he's going to only get 2 yards, making it 4th and 9. The defense gets kind of bailed out. The run game has been great. The passing game, not so much today. LSU has just been putting a hurting on Warren Fullwood, but Fullwood with some crazy moves gets 14. Williams' opportunity for Heisman is not looking super likely right now. He's having one of the worst games of his young career. Fullwood just trying to make some plays. He's putting this team on his back, and he gets 9 big yards. It would be 10 big yards, nearly the first. Third quarter is winding down. One of the last plays of the first. It should be of the third quarter, and Fernie is going to find himself a big gain of 17. Cascade Valley enters the fourth quarter down for the first time, I believe, since the USC game, which was weeks and weeks ago. Can this team have a different outcome, though, than that USC game? As Terrence Williams finds the room he needs to get inside the 10. 3-man defensive front. Cascade Valley opens a gap for Williams. He finds that he's in the end zone for the second time today, and Cascade Valley's back on top. An opportunity to shine here. Can Cascade Valley do the unthinkable and stop LSU for yet another time? This time that's not going to be happening as Bell goes down the field for a huge gain of 21. This isn't just a game for NFL draft prospects. This isn't a game just for his team. This is a legacy game for Chris Moore. He wants to make sure that he shows that he is one of the best quarterbacks in LSU history, as well as the guy that got Cascade Valley up out of here. He could ruin our national title hopes because we didn't play him. This is a vendetta for him. Morris shotgun is going to move his guy over a little bit. Pearsall goes to the right-hand side. They're staying pretty heavy in the passing game. They throw one. Holman doesn't get up for it. If you can't get up for a ball like that in the biggest game of the year, then get off the field. The one thing our defense has done is play well on third down. This is an opportunity to do it again. LSU is 3 for 8 on third down conversions. We don't want them to get one here, and Ness is going to stop them, which looks like this should be a field goal unless they go for it. Turning the ball over would be absolutely terrible right now. We have got to go down the field and put points on the board. No field goals, just touchdowns right now. Well, look at Terrence Williams coming alive with a big run. With us having the lead, we don't want LSU to have a lot of time, so we're going to be chewing the clock here. Fullwood's going to fight for it. They only give him one, so it's going to be a crucial 3rd and 2. Williams finds the room he needs. It's another critical run, and now LSU's got to start getting worried. Quentin Robinson comes in the game. He gets an opportunity to shine. Quentin Robinson is going to turn up, stays in bounds, and picks up 6 huge yards. LSU uses their first timeout. Williams again looking for a huge run. He's going to fight, and he gets the first down again. LSU is in shambles to use their second timeout with 1:50 left. Fullwood's going to hand this one off. Williams cuts up. He fumbles. Terrence Williams fumbles. LSU has the rock with 1:41 left. This is bad news. Christoph Houston can't make the tackle. Nate D. Ward can't either, and they get the first down, which stops the clock until they hike it. He's got a lot of guys deep. Oh my God, we don't have anyone on Roland Lewis, and Lewis is now inside prime territory to kick a field goal and win this game. Chris Moore throws one. James Mitchell and company are there. That one is nearly picked off by Nate Ward. LSU appears to still want to get a touchdown here. They opt to run now. Letting them score might be the best thing we could possibly do, but they just got 1st and goal, and we're calling a timeout. We could be in trouble. A big sack, but that might hurt us a little bit. We're going to call one more timeout here. We have none left officially. Keep in mind here that LSU does not have any timeouts yet either. Both teams out with timeouts. The 1:10 left. They throw one out here to the corner. Shackelford has a history of getting burnt, and LSU's up with 1:06 left. It could not be the worst thing in the world because now at least we have plenty of time to try to get down the field, but our passing attack has been abysmal. 2nd and 8. It's a critical down. Fullwood throws one of the worst passes I have ever seen from him. It goes nowhere where it's supposed to. His 4th interception of the game is the one that loses it for Cascade Valley. A rivalry game in every sense of the word. Warren Fullwood had an opportunity to cement his legacy as a freshman as one of the best quarterbacks in the nation, but it's that man right there, Chris Moore, who throws an absolute dot to the back corner of the end zone of Roland Lewis that shows that maybe he could have been the greatest quarterback in Cascade Valley history. Be safe, be smart, tell somebody you love them. Catch you guys on the next one.